shoe repair. Up is out, down is in. We live on a ball. This is Darren Marchant with American Nomad News with a teaching moment. When I am asked the very common question, "What's up?" I know the meaning. It means they're asking me how I'm doing. But I choose to answer it literally, to contemplate about what is up. To describe the answer is to think in terms of what up is. While living here on earth, there is only one answer. Up is indeed out. And it's polar opposite. Down is in. When we go to space or talk about it, we say we are going out into space. We are going up in a rocket. When we dig into a mine in the earth to get ore, we're going down into the mine. We are digging into the earth. And the earth is basically shaped like a ball. So I answer that question like this. Up is out, down is in, we live on a ball. But when we live in deep space, we will need to live in a centrifugal environment when we are not living on the moon or Mars. And even on the moon or Mars, there's justification to live in a centrifugal design somewhat different than what we would live on in microgravity. When we are living in a centrifugal device in microgravity and we point up, we will be pointing towards the axis of rotation. When we point down, we will be pointing away from the axis of rotation. When we point up, we will be pointing in. We point down, we'll be pointing out, which is a fundamental difference of conceptual reality. A simple one that we can live with, but one that we should get familiar with while we're thinking about space. Because up is out, down is in, we live on a ball. Until up is in and down is out, we live on a centrifuge. This is Darren Marchant with a teaching moment. There is no compulsion in religion. Do not force me into a shelter. This is Darren Marchant with American Nomad News. And there may be some interruption in my broadcasting, as I have just been informed that the church has been ordered by the city and county and so forth that because of lowering temperatures, they want to force everyone who's homeless into the shelters. I don't see this as constitutional. I see this as a usurpation of our freedoms. I've been to shelters. I've dealt with them. Every one of them has constrained my ability to be independent, has made it more difficult to be independent. And I have suffered many indignities. I've been exposed to multiple illnesses, parasitic infections, and threats upon my life. I'm not interested in shelters. I don't really care how they tell me that this shelter or that shelter is different. They've all said that. And so I have to find someplace else to camp. And this may definitely interrupt my ability to broadcast to American Nomad News and to communicate with people online. So to all of those who have subscribed to my channel recently, I've seen a big uptick super grateful. It is my intention to find another place to camp and be able to broadcast, but please have patience with me. Like, subscribe, and share the videos that are already on my channel. That will help a lot, as when I can get enough subscribers and can advertise, that may help me to get off of the street. And I intend to produce better and better quality videos to the best of my ability for your entertainment and instruction. Thank you again so much for your support. This is Darren Marchant with American Nomad News, currently in Richland Hills, Texas. Please email or post on Facebook to the city of Richland Hills, not to attempt to force me into a shelter against my will, as it won't happen. I'll walk out in the middle of winter. I don't care. I'll find someplace else with Wi-Fi access and power to charge the phone. I'll make more videos. I'll be with you soon. God bless. Godspeed. Aim for the stars. Land on the moon. Let that run for a few seconds. Okay, so this is a test to see if I get the dome video image on this 360 camera. I'm currently facing the LCD display. Now I'm facing the buttons. Now I'm facing the access port. Now I'm facing the side that has the Pixpo SP360 logo. Okay. And I've come full circle to the LCD display. I'm setting that down in front of me. And if I've gotten this correct, you should be able to navigate your view to a car, a doorway, or some bushes and other features. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. I'm now going to turn the camera off and see what I get. Trying to hold it steady, but I don't exactly have a steady cam. I keep my hips bent and my knees bent, and I roll my feet from heel to toe, and that keeps it steady a little bit better. But as you can see, they've removed the plywood and revealed a new process in prepping for this new bridge. And if you look really closely, you can see there's little teeth, kind of like Lego block nibs. And they've got these 4x8 sheets of plywood with 2x4 frames on them. And they're built so that they can remove them and use them again. That's a thing called a form board. Well, form boards come in a bunch of different varieties and the way they're built. And sometimes they're commercially manufactured, and sometimes they're made on spot. Now you can see over here we got some insulation sitting on the top of this column. I kind of wonder if that's just left over or they have it there for some reason. But when they've got a cold joint, which is where one batch of concrete is solidified before they pour more concrete, then they have an issue where those two forms the two batches of concrete can move around. So those rows how do I put this? Those portions of concrete which come up a little bit, those Lego style nibs, they can keep that concrete from shifting around. Give it something to hold on to when they pour the next block. So they've got that piece out there, they've got this, they've got this. And the far end, I showed you another one of the videos, has not seen any development for a while, but there's going to come a stage where that's going to pop up. They're going to get right at it. And shortly after that, I imagine they'll be putting bridge pieces across. Either that or they'll put some of the bridge pieces across, and then they'll develop the other end and put the rest of the bridge pieces across. Kind of depends on what their plan is. All right, more later.
This ends our broadcast day. Thank you for tuning in to American Nomad News.